I don't love just anyone. I am not just anyone. I rock heels, I rock Jordans, and I wear wigs and rock my natural. Can you believe he says I'm pretty for a dark skin? He was dark skinned. I bought some Hennessy for these niggas. Wonder if they love their mother. I love their skin colors.
Hey Smoochies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Semyia, and today is day 2 to our 9 days of Dubai 9 NPHC marathon. And I hope you guys enjoyed the very first video that we did. If you guys missed it, I will post a link right here. It was the pros of being a part of the NPHC or Greek life. So I'll link that if you guys missed it, and there will also be a playlist so you guys can watch all the videos, all 9 of the videos from this marathon in the playlist when we're all through. You guys should stay tuned. I have some really great videos planned that answers a lot of you guys' burning questions, and also just gives you guys a little bit more insight into Greek life and the NPHC as a whole. Today's video is going to be about being an introvert in a sorority or in a fraternity, but specifically from my point of view of being an introvert in a sorority. This is a very frequently asked question. It's come up quite a bit, probably because I've expressed to you guys that I am an introvert before, so a lot of people have had questions about what it's like being an introvert in a sorority and etc. But before we get into that, we are going to do our spotlight of our NPHC org of today, which is going to be Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which is the first Black Greek letter sorority. So I'm going to show you guys a clipping of some of their notable members as well. So now that we've spotlighted our organization for today, we're going to get started into our video, which is being an introvert in a sorority. We're gonna kind of cover 3 major questions dealing with being an introvert in a sorority. Most common questions that I've been asked so far. The first one is, does it hurt your chances? The simple answer is no, it does not. And the more detailed answer would be, no, it doesn't hurt your chances, because sororities and fraternities are made up of individuals that have different personality types. So it's not going to be just one type of personality being extroverted people. You're going to have your introverted people being members of these organizations as well, because it kind of balances out that way. And like I said, it is a bunch of different personality types that make up the group. So you can't just have one type of person as part of your organization, which would be extroverted people. That's just not realistic. So no, it doesn't hurt your chances. There are many introverted people in these organizations. Also, I'm gonna put a little definition of what being an introvert is, because there is a little bit of confusion. Introvert does not necessarily mean shy. Introvert means basically that you just enjoy being alone or in smaller groups, crowds. You just enjoy more meaningful, intimate settings versus being around a large group of people in huge social atmospheres and that sort of thing. It kind of drains you, drains your energy, your social energy. So that's what being an introvert basically means. It's not necessarily being shy. So not every introvert is a shy person. So don't confuse the two. The next thing is, what is the biggest adjustment? Now there are several major adjustments with being an introvert and joining something that requires you to be a little bit more extroverted at times. One of the main parts of recruitment for these organizations is performance, public speaking, public appearances, and things of that nature. Going to a lot of social events, social gatherings, and that sort of thing. And that's a major form of recruitment. And once you're a part of this organization, obviously recruitment is going to be very important to you because you want your organization to grow and to thrive and to keep on living. You don't want your organization to die out. You need members. You need to constantly recruit members so that your organization can keep on growing. So, for example, when it comes to like step show performances, stroll offs, and that sort of thing, I will attend, and I'm usually like, I want to be the camera person and off to the side because I don't really like the attention or being in huge crowds. However, there are times when it's just kind of like they need the numbers, they need people, they need to have more of a larger presence or something like that, and they'll ask me to participate, and I usually will say yes, because when it comes to my organization, there's not much I will say no to, being as I want it to grow. So I generally will try to, like, if they need my help, I'm gonna help, you know. But there is a space for everybody, though. You don't always have to be at the forefront. So if that's something that you're not interested in, like specifically with step shows, I'm not a stepper. I can't create steps, but I'm really good at watching and critiquing. So I'll go to practices and give my input. I'll help with writing like the script for the play, like the idea. I'll help with costumes or props or something like that. So I feel like I still contributed without having to be the center of attention, if that makes sense. Just FYI, a lot of people think that to be a member of one of these organizations, you have to stroll, you have to step. You don't. You don't have to do any of that stuff. And you can have zero rhythm and never participate in those things. However, it is a big part of recruitment. So it is important to have some people who are able to do those things, you know. How do you benefit? As an introvert, I benefit from being a part of these organizations because it allows me to have a safe space to try new things and to step out of my comfort zone. I'm around sisters, you know, family, brothers, and I'm able to try things with them privately, step out of my comfort zone, get comfortable with the idea of doing something before I take it out to the public and do it in front of them. So that's a great thing. And just doing stuff with them makes it seem more like it's fun rather than like more pressure. It's less pressure on me when I realize like I'm doing it with my sisters and we're having a good time together or that sort of thing. So I benefit in a way of like it just makes me step up. It makes me do things that I probably wouldn't push myself to do, but I have other people behind me kind of pushing me and motivating me and encouraging me to step up and step out of my comfort zone and try new things. So since I've been in a sorority and in a fraternity, some of the things that I've done, I've stepped into different leadership positions. So I've run in elections for different leadership positions. I have participated in stroll-offs, and I've also helped to, behind the scenes, help with step shows. Also, I've started YouTube. That was something that I never would have saw myself doing. I just was like, I wouldn't want to see myself in front of a camera. Like, would anybody even want to watch me? Like, I didn't start YouTube till I was Greek. So that's another fun fact if you guys didn't know. I was Greek when I started YouTube. And one of the things that encouraged me was some of my sisters and frat brothers. They, encouraged me to do it. So that was something that definitely helped me step out of my comfort zone. And now, since I stepped out of my comfort zone and I'm doing that, I also like to give encouragement, give advice, and give back and tell you guys different things so that maybe you guys can also step out of your comfort zone, try something new, try something different. Heck, before I came to college, I never even thought I would want to be a part of a sorority or a fraternity. So that's in itself stepping out of my comfort zone and trying something different. So it's definitely beneficial in that way because you have other people who are motivating you and pushing you, and then you also have other introverts within your organization who are also learning and going through it at a slow pace like you and just going through it at the same time. I am 2 years plus in the game, a little over 2 years into my sorority, and I'm about 5 years into my fraternity. So I've had a lot of time to kind of slowly test out the waters and try out some new things and just figure out what I'm interested in trying and you know, just pushing myself. So I've had some time, but yeah, it's fun. Like, and each time you do it, you feel like a sense of accomplishment. Like, wow, I can't believe I did something like that. Like, something I never thought I would do. Like, it's cool when you look back at it. So the last thing is like word of advice. Do I have any advice for introverts who are interested in joining a sorority or fraternity? Be yourself. Don't feel like you have to be this extroverted, huge, giant personality. Your personality can be big without being shiny, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to be like a ray of sunshine to have a big personality. You can shine through without all of the fluff, you know, if that makes sense. Fluff is nice, but it just depends on the personality type. If that person is a fluffy personality type, then of course that's nice. But if you're not, don't fake it. Like, just be you. Be who you are. They'll want you for who you are. You know, I can sometimes be standoffish, but anybody who takes the time to get to know me realizes that I'm really not. I'm just very observant and patient. So, and clearly someone saw something in me, despite the fact that I can be kind of standoffish. Look, just start off small. Start off with good morning, hello, how's your day going? Start off with stuff like that, and you'll move up to other things and having longer conversations and that sort of thing. I understand that a lot of people feel like it could be difficult to show your interest when you're introverted, which is true, because you're tempted to stay in the house when they have events, which that happened a lot for me. I missed a lot of events because I was like, I don't feel like being around all those people. Like, it's too much going on. I want to stay at home, comfortable in my bed. But you got to push yourself, because if you think of it this way, if you get out to these events now when you're in interest, it won't be so hard to go when you're a member. And when you're a member, you're expected to go. So if stuff like that is not for you now, like you just genuinely are not interested in that sort of thing, are you really interested in being a part of Greek life? Because Greek life is a lot to do with social experiences. It's not completely that, but it does have a large portion of what Greek life is about. And it's very important for recruitment to be able to show up to certain things. Not everything. I don't go to everything. But especially in the beginning, you want to start going to some things and getting that experience in the organization and stuff. So yeah, just think about that. Let's see what else. With approaching people, I don't really know. Like, I think that being an introvert does not hinder you from approaching members. Being shy might. And in that case, I think you just kind of have to hype yourself up, pump yourself up to do it and just go for it. Sometimes, like, it might sound crazy, but sometimes for me, I plan out conversations in my head because I have anxiety. So sometimes, like, I'll plan out the conversation of, you know, what I'm going to say, and then I'll go. So that way I have, like, a way that conversation is going to go, so I don't feel too weird about it. That's the best advice I could give about that. But just be yourself. Like I said, there's something in it for everybody. So being an introvert does not stop you from being part of Greek life. There are so many things you can do behind the scenes. You don't have to be in the forefront if you don't want to be. But I definitely would encourage you guys to at least try out some things, you know, because being a part of Greek life is also about self-growth and learning things about yourself that you didn't know before, and just pushing yourself. Just push the envelope a little bit. So I encourage you to try some new things. Even, you know, you might surprise yourself. You never know. That is it for this highly requested video about being an introvert in Greek life. I hope I answered all of your questions. If I did not, and you have more questions, y'all know where my DMs are. Yeah, just, you know, follow my social media. Hit me up on social media. You're more likely to get a response on social media than you are on YouTube, but I will eventually respond on YouTube if I see it. Well, I see the comments automatically, but when you personal message me on YouTube, for some reason it doesn't notify me. So you can either comment to me publicly on YouTube under this video, or you can DM me on my social media, and I will answer any further questions that you might have. But make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of the marathon. There's so many other ideas, topics, and videos and things like that we're going to cover, you guys. So it is not over. It's not over. It's not over. So stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I update. Follow my social media because I also post on there whenever I upload. Like this video, give it a big thumbs up if it was helpful to you, and I answered any of your questions. What else? Comment down below. Interact with me. I love talking to y'all and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's it for today. But yeah, so see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's video. I hope you guys tune in for the rest of the week. And stay tuned because there may be a giveaway coming up soon because your girl is almost at 1K subscribers. So yeah, just stay tuned for any announcements. Y'all already know what's up, you know. And that's it for today, so smooches.
I heard you, she got that water. Splash, drip, drip, whoop, splash. Hey. Slippery, wall, excuse me, please me. I'm up, believe me, get beat. Cause I'm flexing Rari's.